Hello again. Now, the family of Katlego Bereng, the man used as a decoy in the Thabo Bester prison escape, wants answers about his death. This comes as Bester's girlfriend, Nandipha Magudumana, and 5 co-accused applying for bail in the Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court today. Bereng's family says all the accused must be denied bail. Bloemfontein Celtic football supporters were also in court earlier, calling for the accused to be denied bail. Well, inside court was my colleague, senior reporter Silindelo Masikane, watching the proceedings there. She joins us now this hour on Today for an update. Good afternoon, Silindelo. Welcome to Today. Before we speak about this unexpected move by Nandipha Magudumana's defense team in court, I understand when the court proceedings began, there were some issues about how the media would cover this event.
Quite an interesting morning that we had today as the media, Braden, where we arrived in court. We set up as usual. We usually arrive about an hour or two before court proceedings begin because we want to set up the audio as well as the cameras inside court. But about 15 minutes before court proceedings were then supposed to begin, we were given some kind of a notice. It's called an addendum by the court, by the Chief Magistrate of the Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court, the acting Chief Magistrate, who then was essentially telling us as the media that in terms of the arguments and the evidence that was going to be heard during the bail applications, the media was not going to be able to go live on those particular proceedings, and that we would only be able to go live or to rather take the proceedings live of the bail applications once it was at closing arguments as well as the judgment stage of these applications. Now, of course, as the media, we were quite concerned because, one, we were not given an opportunity to make representations or informed prior to the Chief Magistrate making this decision that this was going to happen, and we just needed more clarity and sought clarity before court proceedings could begin to just get a better understanding as to what more or what else we could do in order to be able to bring the bail applications to South Africans who, of course, are quite interested. This matter is of public interest, and so we then agreed to an amendment where we are able now, Bradan, to at least record the audio of the evidence that's being led by the state, who has at this point called the investigating officer in opposition of the bail application. So unfortunately, we aren't able to bring those bail applications live. However, we are able then to record and bring that information much later in the news cycle, during lunch adjournments or at the end of the day.
Resolved in that manner, but there was some unexpected move legally with the defense team of Nandipha Magudumana today, reserving her right to apply for bail as she was supposed to do. Why?
Quite an interesting turn of events as well there, because of course we were expecting all the accused who, of course, the murder charge in particular has been dropped against all of them, meaning it really essentially makes it much more easier for them to be able to apply for bail. But also the onus now is on the state to prove why the accused should remain behind bars. Dr. Nandipha Magudumana's legal team addressing the court saying, look, we were ready to proceed with the bail application. However, new evidence has seemingly come to light. Crucial information, they say, that now requires them to rather reserve Dr. Nandipha's right to apply for bail at any other point during this process. However, that application was just not going to take place today. Let's take a listen.
Accused number 4, because of the nature of the importance of that particular information, is also looking at the possibility of exploring other avenues of ventilating her rights outside this particular court by way of other processes, amongst others including applications. So it is for that reason, Your Worship, that we are saying the initial decision back then, before the emergence of this crucial information and or evidence that has since surfaced, we were ready, but in the interest of justice, we are saying we request our right in relation to bail to be reserved in line with the provisions of 60 subsection 1, that her right with regard to an application for bail be held in abeyance and be exercised at the subsequent or any other proceedings, provided that we will be in a position to carry out our mandate.
The trial, of course, the bail application, the Nandipha Magudumana plus a co-accused will resume next week.